Hello and welcome to our Charlie Mike series, and I'm so thrilled to go ahead and kick off a whole new type of series. The series is sponsored by BAE Systems, and we're so appreciative for their sponsorship. And we're going to have what we call bite-sized trainings. And for these bite-sized trainings, I'm so thrilled to have Kanda Consulting be our lead taker in our new series. And Anatalia is going to be covering all things proposal bite-sized trainings for us. So with that, Anatalia, I'm going to turn it over to you. So excited to get into these golden nuggets that you're going to provide for us.
Oh, thank you so much, Marie. And thank you to NVSBC for having me back for these. I'm super excited. And yeah, today we're going to talk through how to define your competitive strategy. First, I'll start by introducing myself. I'm Anatalia Macik, founder of Kanda Consulting, and I've been in the business development space for over 15 years. I've supported large integrators, super small 8As, and pretty much everything in between. And so there's very little I haven't seen in the proposal space. I've worked in environmental engineering, IT disciplines, security detection, and marketing and communications for international, commercial, and federal clients. I am one of those very lucky few people who found true joy and passion in their career. So with that, let's dive in. To position your company for a win, it's important to have a winning strategy first. That can start with an analysis of your company, your customer, and your competition. I'm pretty simple, so for me, a four-quadrant table works really well to lay out my SWOT analysis. I work through what are we great at? Those are our strengths. Are there any issues or challenges that we need to overcome? Those are our weaknesses. Are there any new solutions that we've developed or where we have an advantage over the competition? Those are our opportunities. And lastly, where does maybe the competition have an advantage over us? Maybe we've had a recent failure that we haven't quite resolved yet. Those are our threats. So when conducting a SWOT analysis, I take all of the resulting data to build out key themes, highlighting strengths, mitigating our weaknesses, and mitigating your competitor's strengths to focus on telling a complete story. It's important to be honest, otherwise you won't have a strong and impactful solution that resonates as believable to your customer. If there have been issues in the past, we don't want to shy away from discussing them. Our competitors are certainly going to bring them up for us. So instead, it's important to reframe past challenges to focus on the successful corrections or results. This is what we call ghosting and turnarounds in win theme development. You ghost your competitors by calling out their mistakes, challenges, issues, and the impact that it had on the customer. And you highlight turnarounds to mitigate any ghosting done to you. It is so important to develop your SWOT analysis through the lens of your customer, especially if you have existing work with them. Minimizing any issues can be really risky as they've likely already formed their own opinions, or they can discuss with their colleagues at the agency who might know you better or might be more familiar with your company's performance. So when you clearly and directly address your strengths and weaknesses, your solution is at its strongest with the highest potential for impact. That's the goal. But don't just focus on the challenges though. Discussing your managing of issues is good and important, but it must also accompany a discussion of your strengths as well. So use the information gathered during your SWOT to build impactful content, from proposals to slick sheets and brochures, even internal messaging and corporate strategies. A thorough SWOT analysis can help drive your company forward. Always leverage and call out your strengths using real metrics and any customer kudos or industry awards. Don't shy away from talking about lessons learned either. Develop a case study around a weakness your company has turned around. Highlight the results in your proposal response. Continue building on opportunities as well. Tie your corporate strategy to new opportunities. Turn them into initiatives with detailed timelines, specific resources involved, and in no time, your opportunities can become strengths. Even your threats can be useful. Do some additional research, lay out a plan, and turn them into opportunities for further growth and success. Pivoting now to talk about your debrief analysis. In addition to a SWOT analysis, it's critical that you not only request debriefs from your customer on losing and winning bids, but you have to analyze them as well. Figure out the trends. Are you often higher in price or lower? Is your staff rated high, but your technical approach is rated low? Figure out what the trends are and develop a plan to improve where needed and replicate the wins. You can also use this data to help inform your SWOT analysis. So you must have a good understanding of your past trends and your current standing with your customers to know how to progress and improve. And I am fully aware that debriefs from our government customers can be less than informative. Whatever details are provided, though, they can be useful. If you've lost, what was the winning price versus yours? How was the winner rated against all the categories and against your ratings? You might not get any additional details, but you can use the winning price and ratings to map out trends. If there is ever an option to have a phone call, which is usually available for VA T4NG task orders, take it and be prepared with strategic questions in advance. Have the best people attend the call, your proposal lead, pricing lead, solutions lead, not just executive or program leaders. You can actually use the call as a lessons learned session by getting direct feedback from your customer on what they thought about your bid. Document the info you receive, include it in a database. A spreadsheet works. And then you can track trends and tie it back into your SWOT analysis. Using all of this data that you've collected, you can build your strategy, your corporate strategy, based on your current strengths and opportunities without creating a blind spot to any weaknesses. There are a few potential pitfalls to avoid in the process, though. Losing a bid can definitely be frustrating, especially if you see it as the end of the road. But a lost bid is never the end of the road unless you fail to use the feedback you've received. We can lose a bid for a lot of reasons and only win for one reason. The customer, their environment, even politics all play a role. So use losses to learn and improve. Don't just let your debrief sit in the file. I've seen a lot of people do that, but leverage them. And if there is any part that isn't clear, you absolutely can follow up with your customer. It's a great way to show that you're invested, you're trying to improve, and it builds your relationship with that customer even further. Also, in today's market, many of our competitors are also our partners. Working those relationships can make or break your bids. Share relevant information with your partners, especially when working through competitive analysis. They may be able to share additional information that supports your data or even provide more recent updates. And lastly, every member of your company has a role to play in business development. Use their knowledge, relationships, and insights to help build a strong, tailored, and targeted strategy. But that's it for me. We've reviewed how to leverage SWOT and debrief analysis to build a stronger strategy. Feel free to message me on LinkedIn with any questions.
Anatalia, thank you so much for this beautiful bite-sized training. I'm looking forward to 2, 3, and 4. So stay tuned, everyone. There's more to come with our new series, our bite-sized trainings. So with that, I'm going to call this a wrap, and we'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.